What is up, y'all? Down South 77 here again, and this is 3-Star Draw, an adult collector channel where we usually talk about G.I. Joe and G.I. Joe Classified and all about that kind of stuff. We're not doing that today. We're going to get back into my order from the Store Horseman sale from February. Finally got that stuff in this week, and it's been calling my name all week to try to get it open, because it's really hard to have a stack of Mythic Legions that you want on your shelf sitting there staring you in the face every day, knowing you're not able to get it open because you want to do a video on it. That's the tough part of doing this. Well, one of the tough parts. That is a difficult part when you get something you really want, but you really want to do a video on it to show you guys. That's how much I like you, so I waited. So we're going to go ahead and get back into that today. We're going to be taking a look in this video at Mythic Legions Tibius. Awesome looking skeleton dude. He's got racing stripes. Got some cool knight armor. Got a nice sword there. I'm going to pause that so you can, or you can pause that. I'm going to show that so you can read that. I will read this when I get him out. I like to do that when I open these guys up. I like to read the bio. I know there's at least one person that likes to hear it when I read the bios, so I'm going to do it for them. You guys skip ahead a few seconds if you don't want to hear me go over it. Anyway, I'm excited. I want to go ahead and get this guy out because he's a really, really cool looking skeleton. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mythic Legions Tibius. Tibius, this guy's got a really cool look to him as far as the way he's painted up. He's really shiny. So what it says about Tibius is one of the most ancient living skeletons roaming the earth. Tibius commands many of the deadlier battalions of Necronominus' army. Single-minded to a fault, he is consumed with recruiting soldiers and bolstering his ranks. A master fighter in his own right, Tibius is renowned for the savage skill he displays while wielding his twin swords on the battlefield. Isn't that the coolest name ever for a skeleton? Tibius. I like the sound of it. It just rolls off the tongue. So get all this stuff out of the way. Tibius also, I didn't realize Tibius also has a cape. Tibius has a cape too. So his accessories also come in a baggie. So there is what he looks like in his plastic resin. So we're going to go ahead and get the snippers and set this guy free and take a look at it. Got him free there. Come out pretty easy. Doesn't have quite as much stuff to have to worry about trying to dig out as some of the other guys do. So let's go ahead and take a look at this cape. Now I've heard about this particular cape, and that it is kind of a pain to put on. So I don't know. We'll see. I've got an idea. I have not put on a cape that is like this one. So anyway, it's black. It doesn't appear to have the faded out look to the fabric like Demostros did. We'll set that aside for a second. Go ahead and look at his pauldron since they're right here. I like his armor. Very, very shiny. So they're gonna be this way, right? I'll get it right in a minute. That's not right. These guys really need instructions. I had it right. Okay, so it is very shiny, nice detail on them. Very, very, very bright silver, highlighted with some gray, and even the gray does have some detail in there, some sculpting. If that'll focus, there we go. So you can see even that gray that is like embossed. It's like that everywhere. It's got the gray on the rivets there that are raised. Looks very nice. So he has a little dagger. Of course, that's same thing. Say the same thing about the detail in the weapons. They all look great. So the hilt is like a bronze The hilt guard is like a bronze there. It's got a silver at the bottom on the ring on the end of the hilt. Does have a wrap, has a nice texture to it. And of course the blade is a nice shiny silver. And then look at this sword. This one is all silver. The hilt guard is black on it. This one's really only got a paint app on it. It's only got the silver. I kind of like it. I mean, it's just unusual that this one is all one color and then the black hilt guard. Still looks good either way. I mean, I think it looks great. Excuse me. And then he's got the same two in silver, and then the hilt guard on these is silver like the blade, and the handle wrap is red. It's interesting. Didn't notice that on the other one, how it tapers at the bottom. The hilt kind of tapers in at the bottom. I wonder how that's going to make it fit in his hand. So he does have those two matching. Actually, it's funny. The dagger doesn't match the sword on the silver and the black hilt ones. Either way, it does come with the belt that you can use. That is, I've been putting it over their shoulder. I'm guessing you can do it around the waist as a belt for the swords. Like they don't really have sheaths for them. I've been putting it over their neck and putting stuff in it. Like I've got scaphoid shield through this loop here, and this is leather, or actually I don't know what this is. It's plastic, but it has a leather texture to it, I guess, is probably what I'm getting at with it. And then he does have the awesome skull head that we all like. Has the hinge jaw. This one's pretty tight. I mean, it moves. There's no problem with it. It just, most of them move a lot easier than that. Let's go ahead and look at the man at the hour here. Now, this is the first Legion that I have that has knight, like, I don't know, I guess he's kind of got the same armor, but the one that looks the most like you would think a traditional knight has. He's got the same boots. And these are, yeah, they just look, they're the same boots that Scaphoid. No, they're not. They're different. These are different boots. I thought they were the same boots that Scaphoid has. They are completely different. The plate armor look there, and this little wing, these little wings are different, and the feet are different. Scaphoid's is more pronounced, and the what am I thinking? The knee pieces are different. Knee guards are different. So he does have that same two-tone that matches the sword, or the pauldron. He's got the detail inlay there in the gray. It's very, very shiny. And I love the gauntlet look on the hands. Just the look of the bendable armor. It really looks like the whole thing can curl up and move. Looks great. The pauldrons there, you can see the detail in the rivets, and of course that same matching texture throughout on the guards. And let's see what all we got to do. So he moves pretty good with that arm. Yeah, good motion there. That's probably the most. It's probably the most T-pose I've got out of one of these guys yet. And as Punk with Toys likes to say, the Jean-Claude Van Damme, they don't get much going that way on these guys. They're not really meant to. So you don't get near the movement with these guys in the legs, but that's okay. I mean, they're not meant for that. So he's probably out of the package. I haven't had to heat anything up on him. Yeah, he's the one. He's the one that I really haven't had to apply any heat to get him to bend. So aside from his awesome armor, he's a pretty basic figure, just skeleton wearing armor. But he looks fantastic with the silver against the bone white. Really looks good. So I want to talk about his head. He does have, I call them racing stripes. Then it's war paint. I know. They go almost all the way around. They taper in the back to points. Looks really, really good on this figure. Really sets it apart because the only other red that he has are these swords, or this sword and this dagger. And that looks like that's just about the same shade of red. So that matches really well. This might be one of the only ones that I don't put the hinged jaw head on. I watched Cobweb Collector did a review on this guy, and I agree with what Cobb said. I wish they had given this paint application to the hinged jaw because I really do like it. But this one with the darker paint in the eye sockets and the red on the war paint on the head there going all the way back, you can't really make a case. Even though the hinged jaw is awesome, I think it's just completely perfect having that red. Now this might be the part where I gotta heat him up when I put these on, but I want to take a look at this cape for just a second because I'm not entirely sure how these capes like this go on these guys. So the holes will match up there. And I'm guessing, no, those holes don't match up, do they? I guess you can fold it one direction. So I don't see a way really to do that without it bunching up somewhere. So somebody let me know what I'm not seeing. I think that is probably how it's going to go because the pauldrons will hold that. That's what it looks like to me. So I'm going to try and put that cape on, and I am going to heat this back piece up. I've learned that you really need to do that to pop these pauldrons in. And why am I just now seeing that the pauldrons are stamped? Are they all that way? That sure would have made it a lot easier when I took him out. Oh well, still new to Legions. So I'm going to heat this back piece up, see if I can get the cape in there and the pauldrons on, and we'll see how that looks. That was probably the least trouble that I've had doing anything like that. That is how it appears that it goes on to me. That's what makes sense to fold it the way that I did. If I've got that wrong, somebody let me know because I really want to make sure the proper way to put these capes on this guy because I understand a lot of the figures come with it. I folded each end over the front here. There's a little bunch there, but you can gather that up. The pauldron pegs go right through the holes that line up when you fold it that way, and they go right in to his back the way they should, and it even looks pretty decent from the back. This fold here is not super noticeable, so I'm happy with the way that looks. That might not be correct, but I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't take up a lot of room. Some of these guys have pretty long flowing capes. Waltor's pelt is long. Demistros cape is big, but his cape has bendy wire in it, whereas this one doesn't. So it looks, you can make it look a little, I don't know, a little better. Honestly, you can make it look better with bendy wire, obviously. So he looks, I think this guy looks even more awesome with the cape on him. So let's go ahead and take a look and get his swords in his hand. Now he has a place for 2 swords. He doesn't have a place for these daggers, so he's going to be holding one or the other. Oh, let's go ahead and do this. Go right in there, and we'll take a look at him with the red daggers, the red hilts. Man, I just can't get anything right talking today. So there he is. He's got those out. You got his matching. He's all about matching, isn't he? Like, this dude is very coordinated. He's coming to stab you with an evil skull grin, and he's gonna do it in style. He's shiny. All of his blades match up nicely. So let's take a look at the others quickly. No trouble at all getting stuff in his hand. His hands seem to be a lot more bendable than the others, and like I said, I don't know the different original construction dates on these guys, and as far as which waves are released with which. I'm still trying to learn that. I know he was an earlier figure and then he was re-released, so I think he looks better with the red. Just this weird thing I have about symmetry and things, patterns. So my question here is, does he look better holding two red swords, or a red sword and a red dagger, or a black hilted dagger and a silver hilted sword? I really like the red, but I also like him holding twin swords. That's what they say that he is proficient with, that he likes to use in battle. And these do go right in here. I do wish they had more of a scabbard than just these loops. I didn't put this on him yet. I should have done that, I suppose, before I put the cape on. But he doesn't really need this. I see a lot of people that don't really use these here, and I'm probably not going to use it with him, because if you have him holding his twin swords, which is what he's known for, he's not going to need this. So I'm glad they threw in an extra, and that way you put it on and he could store another one of those, you know, if you chose to. But I think I'm going to choose to display him with the red. And I'll do the sword in the right and the dagger in the left there. And also the thing about this is it is cool, and it is an extra awesome accessory that they throw in just to help with some storage. But if you put that on him across his chest, it's really going to break up that awesome silver and gray look. I can't get over how good that silver and gray looks. The only other of this color anything he's got is these here that hang down off of the silver belt, and they're, of course, they're, you know, made on there. That's all. You can see how that just changes color. This is one piece. It's just a different paint app on these loops. So I think it'll really break him up a lot if you put this on him. So I'm going to leave it off of him, and I'm going to put him on the shelf holding the red hilted weapons because it matches this head. Then I'm going to leave on him. So pretty easy and simple on Tibius. Not a whole lot to him, but he is probably one of my favorite figures. It's hard to pick a favorite with these legions, even just doing kind of skeleton guys with them, because they all look so good, and the mix and match parts that they do with them, all the parts look so good. But I really do like Tibius. So what do you guys think? Did you pick him up on the sale? Did you already have him already? Did you buy him aftermarket? Do you have him? What do y'all think about Tibius? I think he's a really good looking figure. He's going to look good up there on the shelf with the rest of the whatever I'm going to call my skeleton guys. So I hope you guys liked this. I certainly appreciate it. If you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. See, look, Tibius likes it too. I keep Tibius. It's Tibius. I know it's Tibius. For some reason, I didn't realize there was an extra I in there, and in my mind, this guy was Tibius. So yes, it's Tibius. Tibius, the skeleton with the twin swords. So I'd appreciate you guys. Hit that thumbs up, that like, all that good stuff, and I will see you next time on 3-Star Draw.